Every morning latte, gym selfie, and late-night thought documented for the world to see. This constant stream of the mundane looks like vanity from the outside. Yet when we look closer at the compulsion to broadcast every waking hour, we see a behavior driven by a primal, underlying terror. We live in an era of 24/7 digital broadcasting. Because the volume of this output is so overwhelming, we often settle for the easiest explanation, a modern epidemic of narcissism. We assume the motivation is a simple, obsessive love of the self. Social validation theory suggests a different origin. For thousands of years, our physical survival depended on belonging to a tribe. Isolation meant certain death. Today, the digital feed functions as the modern tribe. Uploading a photo is the subconscious act of raising your hand and saying, "I exist, I belong here, please don't leave me behind." This behavior is reinforced by our biology. Every time a notification chimes, the brain's ancient reward center flares. A digital like triggers the same dopamine safety loop our ancestors felt when they secured food or shelter. Our survival instincts have simply found a new home behind a refresh button. While the biological mechanism is universal, the way it manifests is deeply personal. One user might share a chaotic stream of raw consciousness, while another presents a sterile, perfectly balanced grid. These specific patterns suggest different psychological pressures shifting just beneath the surface. Oversharing serves as a desperate biological imperative. It is a survival mechanism attempting to manufacture a sense of security within a synthetic digital environment. The specific way a person shapes their digital presence offers a window into their offline reality. Each posting style points toward a different emotional need being addressed through the screen. Consider the validation seeker. This person posts because they feel invisible in their physical life. What attention or value is missing from their real-world relationships? The internet provides a measurable substitute. Every comment serves as external proof that they matter. Then there is the curated presenter. Their profile is polished, aesthetic, and deliberate. This highly controlled image functions as a defensive shield. It is a structure built to prevent anyone from seeing the inadequacies they fear are lurking just out of frame. This graph tracks the relationship between output and connection for the overshare. When a person uses the public timeline to release internal tension through emotional dumping, their volume of output spikes. However, that line moves in the opposite direction of genuine intimacy, which remains flat. They are trapped in an illusion of closeness. Finally, the performer uses social media as a stage, thriving on loud reactions and visibility. While the public sees arrogance, the psychological reality is a defense mechanism against a deep fear of being forgotten. They create noise to ensure they aren't lost in the silence. These 4 strategies represent different ways of navigating personal insecurity. Despite the aesthetic differences, each one uses the digital world to outrun a specific internal struggle. Eventually, the dopamine hits from likes and comments lose their effectiveness. When that chemical high fades, a more powerful drive takes over, the need for control. Real life is messy and unpredictable. In contrast, a digital timeline is perfectly obedient. When someone feels powerless in their physical reality, their profile becomes a space where they have absolute authority over their own narrative. Maintaining this illusion requires constant effort, leading to impression management fatigue. This is the mental exhaustion that comes from living life as a 24/7 performance, always calculating how a moment will look to an invisible audience. Eventually, the boundary between living and performing collapses. It becomes difficult to distinguish between genuinely enjoying a moment and simply optimizing it for a camera lens. Attempting to control reality through a screen often strips away the actual experience. The person stops being a participant in their own life and becomes an actor playing themselves. We encounter a tragic paradox here. A vigorous broadcast for connection often deepens a person's actual isolation. This diagram shows the disconnect between visibility and intimacy. As visibility expands, it fails to provide emotional nourishment. Notifications offer fleeting validation, lacking the grounding weight of human interaction. You can be seen by millions and still be entirely alone. Sharing online is not inherently toxic, but the motivation matters. Healthy digital interaction stems from a place of internal wholeness, a desire to express. It becomes a trap when it stems from emptiness, a compulsion to compensate. You can test this in your own life. Next time you feel the pull to post, ask yourself, would this moment still hold value for me if it remained entirely unseen by others? Our social media feeds function as unblinking mirrors. They reflect our deepest existential fears of being invisible back at us.